People who have worked at large corporations and hit the 10-year service mark. What was your reward from the company, if any? 5-year was a company Carhartt coat. 10-year was a cheap little battery-operated clock encased in a plastic dome with 10 years of service printed on a little plaque on the front. You also got to pick one item from a little magazine with off-brand Chinese products like Sobi Electronics. Stuff like an air fryer, kitchen knife set, tackle box, etc. Nothing worth more than like $20. I got the air fryer, which was basically a fire hazard. I would have rather had another coat. This was a major brand car manufacturer. Our factory alone was about 5,600 people over 2 shifts. I bounce around too much for my job, so I asked my mom, who was in finance from the late 80s on. Her 10-year anniversary was a cell phone and a week-long trip to Italy. She also got a stipend in the form of traveler's checks. Her 20th was done as a group of other 20 years where they were flown out to dinner at the CEO's house and then a vacation. Her 30th was a selection of vacations, but she opted for the cash bonus. Today, I'm pretty sure most anniversaries would be forgotten and it would be a normal day for a lot of workers. They don't really do big stuff anymore. Myself and 2 others in my group hit the 10 years mark in the same month. We were emailed a link to a rewards program, and told we can pick any single item. It was freaking awesome, so many things to choose from, things worth $100. 2K went to choose my item a couple days later and the link was broken. We talked to HR, and they said it was being reconfigured. A few days later, the site was back up. It was all cheap crap. $20,100 of useless crap. I am fairly certain they gave us the wrong link, like they accidentally sent us a managerial choices. I got a tool set. I haven't hit 10 years, I just hit 5. I got a choice between 3 different watches, 2 men's and 1 woman's, a mini blender, a cookware set, a knockoff tablet, a pair of earrings, and a few other items I don't recall. The value of each of the items were roughly between $50 and $100. I got the watch, but I need it resized as it doesn't fit my wrist. I also got a card basically thanking me for staying with the company and some major events going on in the year I started at the company. I also went from 2 weeks of vacation a year to 5 weeks of vacation. I think I got like a $500 monetary gift or something, which was nice. They typically do big things on the 5 years intervals, but my 10-year fell during pandemic restrictions, but that was fine with me. I preferred the remote work anyway. For reference, our company is about 40 years old. And we have a handful of folks who have been here almost the whole time. I'm almost at 12 years now, which puts me in the upper 10 or so of seniority, though in large part because we've done most of our expansion in the last 8 years. Like, almost triple in size in that time. Past 30 years in July of 2022. Group VP always mentioned all anniversaries in his quarterly review. Except for third quarter 2022 meeting. He even mentioned the anniversaries in the meeting, but said that he didn't have time to get that information together before the meeting. They mentioned my 30-year anniversary in the third quarter of 2023 meeting when I'd already been there 31 years. X200B. Sadly, before the previous 2 mergers I got $500 at 10, 15, 20 years. Nothing after that, a block of transparent aluminum, and a signed card from the CEO. In a couple of years, I'll be eligible to get a dark gray block of aluminum. I also got a signed card from the previous CEO at 5 years. What means more to me is a stock plan I've been a part of since I started. In growth and dividends and some subsequent withdrawals, it's an account that currently sits at 7 digits, even after using it here and there like to buy a car. Not bad for a 17-year career in retail. A certificate, a pin and a $100 gift card of my choice. They also had a luncheon for everyone celebrating a service mark that month. It was catered and they had a build-your-own sandwich station. There was someone there that told us we were only allowed 1 slice of cheese. This was a large, multinational company. The cost of that luncheon wasn't even a rounding error on a lot of departments' budgets, yet we couldn't get 2 slices of cheese. 47-year-old man in the UK here. For my 10th anniversary at the company I worked for since graduating, I got a badge of the company's logo and an extra day of annual leave. For my 15th anniversary, almost to the day, I got a redundancy notice. Work hard and be useful, folks, but always, always remember that you can be gone or replaced with a few days' notice. Until you see it happen, you simply won't believe it. So, yeah, that's what I got. I left just before my 10-year anniversary, but I would have gotten an additional 5 vacation days. They used to have a program where you could pick a reward from a catalog based on your years of service, of course, and you could get like, gift cards, company swag, and other things like that, but they got rid of that whole thing. It's always been a thing that you get the additional vacation, but now it's just another day. We got awards at the 5, 10 and 15 year marks. I left before 16, but you get the idea. The gifts are selected out of a guidebook based on your gift level. $50 increments per award, so at 5 years, I got a nice wine set corkscrew, cap, a pour spout in a nice wooden box. Second one, I got a brand name toaster oven. Third one, I got a Visa cash card as I was on my way out and didn't want anything else. 5 years at Vocera Communications, West Coast based medical company, got me a company branded JBL wireless Bluetooth headset and speaker, probably close to $200 value for both. I think 10 years there it was an iPad. 10 years at Stryker Midwest based medical company, got me a nice leg and a $200 gift card redeemable at a variety of stores. I ended up using GameStop and got a Nintendo Switch Lite. I hit 5 and was laid off. The margins in my industry weren't big enough, so they closed an entire division. It was actually 4 years and 10 months, so they tried not paying severance, but I later found out the office manager ripped someone at head office a new one when she found out I wasn't getting severance, and they changed their mind. Completely soured me on working for a massive corporation. I worked at a smaller company, about 45 employees, for 10 years. I got nothing. Granted, I grew in the company pretty quickly, and was pretty high up in there by the time I left. Now I work for the largest employer in my state. It's a government job, so I am actually an employee of the state. My 5-year anniversary is next month. I'll get a piece of paper saying you lasted 5 years. We'll hit 25 years in 2024. I get rewarded every year with a raise. But, they do send out a catalog for every 5 years with the company, and you get to choose your recognition reward from the wide range of options. For my 20th I got a very nice pair of binoculars, which arrived with a nice luggage tag with the company logo on it. Unfortunately, the binoculars were stolen at the car wash. My company gave a service award every 5 years. Choose from a catalog, a gift of about $100, did a lunch at 5 years and a dinner at 10 years. They also gave stock based on service time. $500 at 5, $1,000 at 10, etc. I was laid off 3 months shy of 35 years. I got over a year of severance, but that didn't count as service time. I'm still annoyed that I didn't get my $3,500 in stock. We got to choose a gift out of a catalog. I don't remember what I chose, and I left the company before the next big date. My wife's company did the same catalog type selection. Don't remember what she chose at 10 years either. But at 25 years she got a ladies' gold and diamond watch, and at 40 years she chose a beautiful grandfather clock which still stands in our living room. I work for a city in the SF Bay Area, and at 5, 10, 15 and so on, we get to pick something from a catalog. At year 5 I picked a tiny buck knife that I never use. At 10 years, I got a quesadilla maker that spits oil at you. Also, the whole edge is hot, so it's tough to open without burning yourself. 15 is coming up soon, so who knows what thing I'll pick. 10 years was too long ago to remember. For 30 years, I received an AI personalized video of my career, in practice a 60.000 sharp seconds video glorifying the company, where the first 2 seconds were insert name here, remember what we did together. In other words, a level of bullshit well beyond a diarrhea epidemic in any large herd. At Starbucks, at 10 years you get an extra couple of shares of stock, an award, and you are eligible for 1 year off with no loss of stature when you come back. It's called a coffee break, and if you're over 55, been with them for over 10 years and then retire, you get a pound of coffee a week and 30 off for the rest of your life. Worked at Rockwell International. I got a silver pen and pencil set from Tiffany's and a lapel pin with a diamond chip. By contrast, they didn't even notice when I hit 25 years though. By that time I had been spun off into Connexent, their modem company, and then, again, into Mindspeed, their central site modem company. I work at a mid-size HVAC company, about 250 employees, got a signed hockey stick by the whole team and some really good tickets for a game. My boss knows I'm a big hockey fan, so it was pretty sweet to get. Aside from that, they've generally been good to me over the years, and it's a reason I've stuck around so long. I got a really sharp piece of Lexan I could fall onto when I finally had enough in some $100 crap selections from a magazine. I think I picked a smoker I never used. My current company offers branded wireless headphones at 3 years, 30-day sabbatical at 5 years and 90-day sabbatical at 10 years. They have a program with a gift company that gives gifts based upon years served, and basically you have points to spend on items. I was able to get a new computer monitor and a really nice massager out of it. Dollar-wise it added up to around $, certainly better than nothing. At 10 I was technically on layoff notice but working a temp position, so I didn't get anything. At 15 I got a plastic thingy and a book on company history. At 20 I got to pick from a catalog, ended up with a nice fish finder for my boat. At 25 I will get an extra week vacation. At Yahoo it was a gumball machine at 5 years and a coffee machine at 10 years. Not enough to make me stay, that's for sure. I worked at a place in the UK where the 5-year award was 6 weeks paid sabbatical, or you could just have 6 weeks extra pay or any blend of the two options. Happened just earlier this year. I worked for a company in the top 50 of the Fortune 500. I got a certificate in a Lucite frame and a $100 gift card. I was happy with both. The framed certificate looks nice on my desk. X200B. I had a total and 5 additional days of PTO for a total of 28 days. Another week of PTO. Now have 5 and can barely even use 3 weeks throughout the entire year. Oh, and a $250 gift card for company swag. At my 15 years mark, a $500 gift card for more swag. I just spend that on items for my team. Certainly don't need another company shirt or backpack.